Welcome to this week's episode of Words I Choose to Live By. I'm Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We're about to connect with our friends on Amazon Live here to begin today's broadcast. I'm joined by Mary Ellen Saganovich and Melissa Banks. Darius Ewing, well, he might be back with us. We're having some tech issues where Darius is, but we'll try to get that fixed. If you guys do not have my book already, there it is. You all can be able to get it on Amazon.com. If you're joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitter, you will find the link actually with this broadcast. Again, today we are discussing an interesting one, especially for me, because I don't talk about this a whole lot, and that's love. We're going to talk about love a little bit today. I'm going to I'm going to make sure Mary Ellen and Melissa make sure that we're all good on Facebook, and then we'll go ahead and connect with our friends over on Amazon here. Let's see. Yes, we're all good there. Okay, going to go ahead and connect with Amazon. And welcome back, everyone, to this episode of Words I Choose to Live By. I'm Cyrus Webb, joined by Mary Ellen Saganovich and Melissa Banks. Today, we're discussing week number 23 from my book. You all see it there. We have it highlighted in the carousel there on Amazon Live. Words I Choose to Live By. It's available in print, also the Kindle edition, and the hardcover edition as well. Week number 23 is all about love. But first of all, Mary Ellen, Melissa, how's everything?
It is wonderful.
Doing great.
And I think we have Darius joining us once again. I'm going to try to bring Darius in to see if he can hear us. We were having some tech issues. Hello, Darius. Can you hear us? Maybe he can't hear us because I don't even see him now. so, Darius, I don't think we're going to be able to get you connected, but we will try it again here in a bit. Week number 23. And this is an interesting one from me. It's on page 67 for those who have the print edition of the book. It says, love is. Love is more than words. It shows itself in actions, both to yourself and others. Now, I've said before that this book was written for me first. So I want to talk about my own thoughts about love, as twisted as it might be to some people. But this is what I think. I think love is really shown, like I said in this particular message. If I'm not a person who is known outside of my professional life to say, hey, why don't you come over and we hang out? I don't know how to hang out, so I don't invite people to hang out. You will never hear me say, hey, let's just go to the movies. Let's just go hang out at a restaurant. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. But in my engagements with people, in the way that I treat people, that's how I express my love and feelings for them. And the reason why I wrote this particular message is because it's very easy to tell someone that you love them. It's like, oh, I love you. Oh, you know I love you. It's very easy to say those words. But I have found in my own life that it's better for you to show me. And that's in the way that you respect me, in the way that you appreciate me and my contribution to our relationship, but also in the way that you also respond to what you know I like and don't like. So I'm curious, Melissa, starting with you, talk to us about your definition of love and the importance of love showing itself instead of just being words.
You know, Cyrus, this is not the easiest one for me. And the reason, and the reason, I'll just tell you, the reason it isn't is because love took on different definitions as my life changed in different seasons. So coming from a person who was hearing I love you, you're my everything, and then being abused on the other hand, my definition of love got really twisted in a whole lot of ways. So once I grew and developed and went through some different things in today's time, my definition is love is exactly what you just said. Is what do you show me? Because you can say love, and people throw that word around a lot, but it's such a huge word.
Yeah.
But you can't be saying I love you to me and hurting me in the next breath. Hurting me could be physically, it could be the words that you use, it could be just how you treat me. I like, to me, love is showing, it's doing the actions. One of the things, it might be just, how's your day? To me, that's showing me love. Love is respecting that I don't like to talk on the phone a lot. I don't like to go out a lot. You appreciate the things that I like and want to do, and you respect that. If I share with you something that really, I just really don't care for, and you continue to do it, and then you say, I love you, that's not love to me. Love is respect. Love is showing that you care in so many different ways. And at one point I thought love was in gifts. Love is not really in gifts. It's in giving yourself. That's loving somebody, it's giving yourself. That's no matter how busy I am. One of the things I do with my mom, and I talk about my mom a lot, but one of the things I do with my mom is I spend time with her every other Thursday. So that means even if I'm busy, and you know, Cyrus, I'll be busy.
Right.
Even if I'm busy, I set aside that time, and we may just pick up Whataburger or Backyard Burger and spend some time together. That's love. And so my definition of love today is so close and near to my heart, and it's so different from where I came from. That's why I said this is such a big conversation for me when I talk about loving somebody. It is definitely what you said, action.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate that honesty too, Melissa. I think it's going to be different for everyone. And I think that's so. Mary Ellen, I'm going to bring you in. You write a lot about love.
I do.
So what? So let me just put out a broader question to you, because this is a topic. Again, I don't write about it. If you notice I don't write about love a whole lot. So for you, Mary Ellen, what is the difference in showing love versus saying that you love someone?
Well, this is one of the biggest truths that we have on earth, next to God is, or I am the Lord thy God. And when we recognize that God is love and love is God, and love is where we all began, love is where we all came from. The closest thing to God on earth is a brand new newborn baby, because at the time of your birth, you are a pure, genuine, almost like a ball of love. And then all your humanness gets kicked in, and their needs to be fed, to be changed, to be comforted. And then all this humanness you get taught. Like, my definition of love got all messed up growing up, because my definition of love, my mom and dad would fight, and then my mom would take us, the kids, to Riches, and she'd just say, well, pick out anything you want. So my definition of love got messed up with it's things. Then I still have a hard time not showing love to people by giving them things. And I have to, and I think you know me well enough to know that I do a lot for others. And I don't like to talk if I talk on the phone longer than 20 minutes to somebody, it's because they're a client. I mean, I just don't talk on the phone that much. I like to be by myself a lot, because I was a latchkey kid. And love for me, even when I married Pete, it was hard for me to allow him to love me, because I did not have that love inside myself yet. I mean, I knew I was loving. I knew I was a loving child of God. And I hadn't reached out and said, well, you have to love me for a reason. You probably love me for this or this or this. And he was like, no, I just love you. And I posted yesterday on all social media pages in preference to this. And it comes from page 84 in Healing Words, Life Lessons to Inspire. And it's about love. And it says, I love you. How can I when I find it so hard to love myself? I want so much for you to care about me and make me special. First, I must feel special about myself. This is very hard work. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy, and you are very worthwhile to me. Now I must become worthwhile to myself. Then love, unconditional love, will be shared between us. And that is what Christ came to teach us, the unconditional love of no expectations, no motives, no judgments. Just do for others and give to others. I don't mean materialistic things, but just lift them up and support them.
I think that's the thing. And as Mary Ellen was talking, and even Melissa, you all noticed, if you're joining us on Amazon Live, I was highlighting their book there. I have now highlighted the book Mary Ellen was just reading from, Healing Words, Life Lessons to Inspire. You can find all of our books in the carousel below. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, appreciate you guys. I just wrote you guys a message. Hello to you, KN. Thank you so much for the follow there on Amazon Live. I was just responding there to a comment. You all are watching Words I Choose to Live By here on Amazon Live. It's a weekly show that Mary Ellen, Melissa, and our co-host Darius Ewing, who has been in and out. He's having some tech issues. He's on the road today. But we've been discussing this, my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Every week we discuss a different topic. This topic is week number 23, Love Is. And I think we all have this in common in that love is, it's different for everyone. It's shown in different ways. My grandmother used to say, I can always tell if Cyrus likes somebody because he'll invite them for a home cooked meal. I look at cooking is one of the ways I show love. Not the only way, because the two of you haven't been invited to my house. So I do love you. I just want to be clear, right? But I think it's shown in different ways. So, Marilyn, I want to ask you, because as you said, now I will say in my situation, love was all around me. I can look at pictures, though, even as a child, and my mom has told this, and she loves telling this story. I did not like people growing up. I would get irritated about people wanting to pick me up, having to pose with pictures of the family. You could see it in the pictures. I did not want to be doing it. But I have learned that for so many people, that is a connection they need. So I have opened myself up to that. So, Marilyn, I want to ask you, because you mentioned, of course, your own childhood. What do you think life now teaches you about how you can make it better for somebody else today? You know, that kind of it's like your yesterday. So what do you hope people, when they meet you today, are able to realize about love?
Well, when I'm working with anyone, it's a relationship or a counseling thing, I always ask people, what is your picture of love? Because all of us have a picture of love in our mind. Okay. If you close your eyes and see the word love, you will have a home cooked meal. Melissa, you will have sharing it with your mom. And right now, my picture of love is just being with Pete and holding him and just being with somebody and just enjoying that quiet time together. Because a lot of couples, they'll get married and one person has a picture of love over here and one picture has a person of love over here. And so their pictures of love don't match. And they need to realize that love does not contain any I'll love you if, I'll love you when. That's not real love. That is not pure, genuine love. Does not contain any ifs or buts. It simply is. And love is right in front of you. When you reach out and grab it and know that you are that perfect, wonderful child of God, you are perfect just the way you are. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to buy anything. You just need to accept who you are.
Yeah, love that. Melissa, what about for you? Even though, you were told you were loved and shown something different today, when people meet you, what do you want them to know about love?
What I had to learn about love is I had to love myself first. I believe that you can't give something you don't have. So if you don't love yourself, you can't give or show someone else love. So I will begin the conversation with talking about loving yourself. And I hope people who hear me speak or hear me talk or have a conversation with me know that I come from a deep place, sometimes too deep for some people, but I come from a deep place. And I now love myself on the inside, genuinely. I mean, faults and all, things that I do that are not great, I still love me. See, for a long time, I thought, and I believe other people think that too, is that we have to somehow earn the love that God gave us just for being, right? We already have every single thing we need, but the hardest thing to come to is to love yourself. Love yourself, even though you made a lot of mistakes that changed your life, or even though love yourself, even if you're in the middle of someone else not showing you or treating you love. And once you come from a place of love, then you can show love, you can speak love, but the energy of love comes from you. So it begins, Cyrus, it begins on the inside of you. And once you come to terms, you have to identify the way you show love, just like you both have said. But once you learn to love yourself, then you can know how to give that love and to show that love to others.
Yeah. I think we have Darius joining us again. Let's see if we can bring him in. Hello, Darius. Can you hear us? Darius, can you hear us? No, I don't. Can you hear us, Darius? Okay. Doesn't look like he can. Darius, I'm going to give you A for effort, man. You've been trying. But it's I'm just saying. Are you guys just seeing a black box? I'm just seeing a black box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to pose this question as we go back around here as we wrap up. And I'll start with this because again, I find, and I'll just be very transparent, which I typically am, is that this is the reason why I have embraced singleness, because I understand, for one, I'm a very quirky person, and I'm not the easiest person, let alone to know cordially, let alone to know any kind of other way. My family will tell you Cyrus Webb is an acquired and tolerated, my mom says, taste. So you have to kind of be prepared for everything that comes with me. But I say that to say I have learned to show love in the way that I know how, which is through my platform and in my engagements and interactions with those who I'm in contact with, especially my family and friends. And that's what I want the audience to know too, is that don't feel like your love has to look like somebody else's, because it's not going to. We all love differently. And I have never wanted what somebody else has. Like, I'm very, when I see, like, guys who are married and have families, and I think, wow, that's great for them. I don't want it. But hey, if you're happy, that is great for you. And I can be happy for them as I want them to be happy for me doing what I love. And I think that's the other thing. And we all talk about this, I know, in our work. Love cannot be found in somebody else. If you are looking for love inside of somebody else, you will never find it. It has to, as Melissa says, it has to begin with you. And as Mary Ellen says, knowing that God is love, so you have the love you need. Now, if you decide to share it with someone, and how you decide to share it, it may be in your work, it may be in a marriage, it may be in your profession. That is totally up to you. That's totally up to you. But as long as you're able to know what that true love is, I feel like that's where you'll find the peace and happiness that you want. So, Mary Ellen, what would you say to our audience about their own journey to love and what love is?
Well, like anything else, like what Melissa was saying, you have to have it inside of yourself. Whatever you're seeking in another person, what I do in a relationship workshop, I have them okay, what characteristics do you want to see in a relationship? And they'll say financially secure, this, that, organized, whatever. Okay. And then I'll say, are you those characteristics? You become loving, you become kind, you become inspirational, you become organized, you become financially secure, and that person will be attracted to you because that's what God does. God puts a mirror for you in your life. That you can't find love anywhere else until you have it first within yourself. And I didn't love myself for a long, long time, and just different mistakes and different errors. And, I can give an excuse of not being taught, but, that's not a reason. You have to love yourself first. You have to find that loving place in your knowings, in your core. It never comes from the ego. It never comes from the brain. It comes from your knowingness, your oneness with God, who is love.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for that, Mary Ellen. And Melissa, what about for you? What would you say to our audience about love is and finding it for themselves?
Love is what you think of yourself. See, once you start thinking and believing that you have everything you need to be successful, you have everything you need in the world, you have all the love inside of you, it was given to you, it was a gift. You didn't have to earn it. You had to just recognize that it was there. once you recognize it's there, you find your love language and the way you share it with the world. You don't have to seek out love. You just have to be who you are. You have to show love. And when you show it, people see it, people receive it, and the people you're supposed to be connected to will connect to you. One of the ways I show love is I pour into people I don't know. That's why I walk into the store and somebody can say something. I immediately, because it's who I am, I immediately say something to them to encourage them, to inspire them. That's how I show love to others. I didn't wake up one day and say, this is what I'm going to do, but it's inside of me. So that's what's going to come out. You're going to give what you want to receive, and just constantly look at yourself, love on yourself in spite of the things that you've gone through, in spite of what you're going through today. And you know what? Every day you're not going to just, oh, I love myself, and forget about everything that's happened. But what you must do is recognize those moments. And then you say, you know what? I did mess up. I should have made a better decision, but I'm still great. And sometimes you have to say it out loud. That's why my book, Dream by Design, those inspiration in there are so important, because in those moments you can repeat an inspiration and come back to, you know what? That was not good, but you know what? I'm still great. I'm still worthy. I'm still loved.
Love that. Mary Ellen, what about for you? I mean, what would you want to say to our audience about the importance of love, what it is, and having it for themselves?
Love is inside of you. You are love. Okay, you are loving just the way you are. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to mend. There's nothing to buy. But you have to accept it. And like Melissa was saying, you're not going to get up every morning and say, oh, gee, I love myself. Well, one of the exercises I do give my clients is to go in the mirror every morning and say, like, good morning, Mary Ellen, I love you. Even if you don't feel that way, because that's not coming from me, that's coming from God. That's affirming me to myself. And you don't find love, if you're looking for love anywhere else but yourself, or you're not going to find it. You have to be what you seek first. And there are tons of pages in Truth, Taking Responsibility, Unleashes True Healing on Love. And of course, I read one of the pages from Healing Words on love. There's another page in Healing Words about unconditional love versus conditional love, and what is the difference, and how can you create the love you want, and not the needy love, not the I'll love you if, I'll love you when.
All right. Again, everyone, that was message number 23 from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. You all can see it highlighted there on Amazon.com. You can get it in paperback, the Kindle edition, the hardcover as well. Mary Ellen, while we have you there, how can our audience stay connected with you and get your book?
Well, through AskMaryEllen.com, which is my website. Conversations Live Radio News Network carries my Truths of the Day, as does WYAD-FM in Mississippi. And my books are Healing Words, Life Lessons to Inspire, or Truth, Taking Responsibility, Unleashes True Healing, both on Amazon right now and on sale for the holidays, as they make really great gifts or stocking stuffers for teachers, for hairdressers, hairstylists, anyone around you.
All right. And Melissa, what about you? How can they stay connected with you and get your book?
You can stay connected with us and get our book, Dream by Design, the devotional, at themelissabanks.com. Once you go to the website, you find all of our links, how to link to Amazon to get the book, how to listen to some of our Dream by Design with Melissa Banks episodes, where you can hear some amazing women as they share their journeys. All of our social media connections and everything we're involved in is right there at themelissabanks.com.
All right. Melissa, Mary Ellen, another great segment. Thanks to the two of you. Darius, thank you for trying. We want you guys to get Darius's book too, Note to Self. You can get it on Amazon. I'll speak for Darius for a second. You can get it right there on Amazon, and I'm sure he will say the website is coming soon, but you can find him on Twitter and on Facebook as well. So make sure you guys follow him there. Until next week, you all have a great one. Thank you all for being with us for Words I Choose to Live By. Let's make it a great one. Take care.